what's up, y'all? It's your man Jay Sands. Sands on sports. That's right, y'all. Hip hop and sports entertainment at its finest. Yeah, the big kid is at it again. So let's go into this week, man. Jump into it. We'll start with the NFL, Week 12. A lot of exciting games going on, as you know. And we got to jump into the New York Jets. 7-3 going against the Tennessee Titans, who's still 10-0, man. These brothers are really doing it. But first, we got to talk about the Jets, man. They just come off a big win against New England. So basically, if they win this game, we're in the front seat driving for the AFC East. So these brothers got to understand they keep on winning, they control their own destiny. And what can you say about the Titans, man? Like I said, 10-0. They just beat Jacksonville. So you got to wonder, man, yo, will these brothers ever lose? We'll have to see on Sunday. Then we got the New England Patriots at 6-4 going against the Miami Dolphins at 6-4. This is the AFC East battle for the wild card spot. One of these teams will probably be a wild card. So, you know, if we just keep on winning, then one of these teams will have to step up and do it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody thought that Miami was going to be around. Everybody thought New England was going to be around with Tom Brady until he got hurt. But once Castle stepped in, nobody expected them to be around. But they're both 6-4, so we got to see what's good with them. Now let's talk about Philadelphia Eagles. Mr. Donovan McNabb don't remember that the game ends after the first period of overtime. Anyway, 5-4 going against the Baltimore Ravens, who's 6-4. This is going to be a big defensive match with the defense of the Eagles versus the Baltimore Ravens defense. Philly, this is your last hope. You don't win this game, you might as well cancel the season because the NFC East is very tough right now. And you got the Ravens who trying to come back and rebound off of getting embarrassed by the Giants. You know what I'm saying? The Giants really put it into them and show the Ravens that they still have a long way to go. All right, let's go to the New York Giants, 9-1 at Arizona. New York has to travel all the way across the country, so we don't know how this is going to affect their play. But I do know that these are both division leaders right here. High-quality football played on Sunday, so you don't want to miss that game. Now let's go to the NBA. A lot of things happening in the NBA, man. We got a long season, so just parlay on my NBA fans. We're going to get to it, you know what I'm saying? But let's talk about my man Shaquille O'Neal. Everybody thought Shaq was done. They said Shaq's an old man, he can't get up and down the court, he can't run, he can't, man, whatever. Shaq is averaging 22.6 per game, brother, you know what I'm saying? So big up to Shaq for doing the same, showing him that he's still diesel. Y'all know how I do it on Sands on Sports, always bringing you the hot hip-hop guests that come through, you know, bless the show and whatnot. I got my man Grap Luva, Mount Vernon, New York. Y'all know him from the Pete Rock albums, I, all of that, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, we want to check out Grap. This is Jay Sands, Sands on Sports, and we'll be back, y'all. Peace. Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your man Jay Sands, Sands on Sports. I got a special guest, my man Grap Luva. Yo, say what's up, man?
Well, what's up?
Yo, check it out, man. You know how we do it on Sands on Sports. We always bring you the hot guests. My man from Mount Vernon, New York. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, yeah, all that, man.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Grap, let's go into the sports, brother. First and foremost, you know, you're from New York. And I love to ask New York brothers this question because of the rich sports history in your city. So, what is it like growing up in New York? What are some of your favorite teams, man?
Well, I was a big Jets fan.
Okay, you're doing good right now.
Yeah, of course the Knicks.
That's right. Okay.
I was raised on the Mets, you know.
Okay.
My mother, when they won in 1969, that was the year she came over here. And my father from Jamaica.
Wow.
So they just was Mets fans when they came, you know.
Yeah. Doc Good and Daryl Strawberry back then.
Yeah,
the brothers was wild. Yeah, man. That's real talk, man.
So yeah, that's where I'm at. And then of course the street ball culture. You know?
The hooping.
That's first and foremost.
A lot of hoopers,
You know what I mean? So
Kenny Anderson, Stephon Marbury,
some cats from my hometown. Rodney, Scooter McCray. My brother, of course, Ben Gordon.
I was going to say Ben Gordon. You made that pick. At Benjamin. Benjamin from around the way, man. Mount Vernon definitely got the athlete. Shout out to my man Big Will to kicking with him back in UC, Mount Vernon, New York, no doubt, man. Yo, this is Jay Sands, Sands on Sports. I got my man Grap Luva. And check it out, man. I want to ask you this question, man. What sports did you play coming up? What was you into, man?
Well, I didn't play any organized sports.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I was always in the parks with the ball.
Okay. I think he was a point guard, you know?
I was a little, you know what I mean? Like a little point guard. You know what I mean? I like my thing was like perfection. So if I wasn't that at that time, I didn't think I was that nice. So I didn't play a lot. But as I got older, I started learning how to understand the game better and the moves and stuff. So I started playing more.
That's right.
And then it was like in my 20s, that's when I was really like just always in the park. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, like, you know, we did when I was involved in the group I&I. We would like all four of us would go to the park and we would play as a 4-man team.
That's right.
And it was like crazy how we would just hit each other off on the court and be scoring and getting in.
Rappers hooping for real.
Yeah, you know
yes sir, man.
Well, yo, man, this is Jay Sands, Grap Luva, man. You want to say something to the people, man, on the way out, man?
You know, I just want to say one love. Thank you for all the people who ever supported the music that I created. You know what I mean? Thanks to the Most High, you know, always. You know what I mean? Thank you to the babies. Thank you to the youth, you know what I mean, that are trying to stay in school, stay educated, because I'm an educator myself. You know what I mean? So I got to big up all the youth that are still in school, still staying educated. To those that dropped out, try to get back in, you know what I mean? Because it's real. Education can save you, you know what I mean? And it can take you places. Because he and I know how to read and write, we're able to travel the world, you know what I mean? Putting a pad to pen, you know what I mean? So take education very seriously, you know what I mean? That's what I want to say. And one love to my wife and my 2 daughters.
Yes, sir.
Big up to my brother Pete Rock, my cousin Heavy D. One love to my cousin Portia. You know what I'm saying? Just get strong, girl, you know what I'm saying? I'm praying for you. You know what I mean? And, you know, big up to my nephew Amari, niece Sky, nephew Elijah, Bryce, all the hip hop babies, man. You know, all my family. You know what I mean?
Word up, man. Hey, man, this is Jay Sands, Grap Luva, Pittsburgh, PA, Mount Vernon, New York. Straight at you, man. We out of here, man. Back to the lab. Big up to my man Grap Luva. You know how we do it, brother. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna get up. Yo, this is Jay Sands, Sands on Sports, and we're gonna go into the email question of the week. This is from Giovanni in San Antonio, Texas. He says, Sands, I'm a die-hard Yankee fan. Mike Mussina just retired. You think he'll go to the Hall of Fame? Well, I like Mike Mussina. Very good pitcher, intelligent guy. I think he went to Stanford. Pitched for the Baltimore Orioles, and he also pitched for the Yankees for, I think, 18 years. The only thing about it is there's a lot of talented people who are not in the Hall of Fame. Mike Mussina has 270 wins. Usually the bar is 300 wins and you're in the Hall of Fame, so who knows? Another thing is that he pitched in the steroid era, but still, who was to say he wasn't using steroids also? But let me just throw out some names of people who are not in the Hall of Fame. Jim Rice, Andre Dawson, Bert Blyleven, Dave Concepcion, Tim Raines, of course my name is Barry Bonds. So there's a long line for Mike Mussina to wait on before he gets in the Hall of Fame. But you never know, 15 years down the line, you can get that call. Now I'm gonna go on to who's hot. And you know how I've been doing the last few weeks. I said I ain't gonna change them until they lose and they haven't lost. So big up to the Tennessee Titans. Still doing it. Big win over Jacksonville. Division rival in the AFC South. Tennessee Titans. 10-0. Javon Curtis. Lindell White. Everybody out there, Kerry Collins, I keep on saying your names, Jess Fisher, all the players out there in Tennessee, big up. We'll see what you do this week against the Jets and Brett Favre, but besides that, Tennessee Titans, hot team of the week, no doubt, word up. Now we're going to get out of here, but I want to talk about something I saw this week when I was watching college football. It was the Notre Dame-Navy game. Now, I watched the game a little bit, and I saw the ending, which was kind of exciting, but also I saw Charlie Weis, the coach of Notre Dame, who was extra excited about the win. Now, I understand you get excited about your team winning, but this is Notre Dame. You understand? You don't get excited about beating Navy. You get excited about beating USC. You get excited about beating Ohio State, Penn State, those teams, Michigan. That's a big rivalry for Notre Dame. Not Navy. I don't know where everybody's been jumping on this man's bandwagon. They got rid of my man Tyrone Willingham, who basically had the same record. Tyrone Willingham was 21-15, and Charlie Weis is 27-19. He just got a 10-year extension a few years ago, and basically the people, the Golden Domers at Notre Dame, have a lot to worry about if they think that Charlie Weis is going to be their coach for the next 10 years. I'll put my money on that one, no doubt. But yo, this is Jay Sands, Sands on Sports. You know how we do, man. We out of here. Peace.